Alright, so hey guys, so welcome to another Warframe video, and Hotfix 27.5.4 has arrived yesterday, and with it came 4 new augments, so let's quickly check them out. So in at number 1, we have the Abundant Mutation Augment for Nidus. Now this is a passive augment that gives you 200 extra mutation stacks, and it gives your Undying passive a 30-second cooldown. Now you might be like, well, isn't 100 mutations enough? And yeah, kinda, but the main thing here is that the damage of your Virulence, the first ability you have on Nidus, as well as the damage you get when your maggots from your 4th ability explode when you hit them with Virulence, stacks based off of the number of mutations you have. So, if you manage to get yourself to 300 mutations, or close to 300 mutations anyway, in a long endurance run, something like a survival, interception, defense, disruption, and you do one like a saw, you get big damage, like very big damage. Plus, you know, you have 300 mutations, so you can use your ulti and the bungee cord thingamabob, your 3rd ability, a lot. Now this doesn't mean that this augment is universally good and you should run it on every Nidus build ever made, because I feel out of all of the augments that we got, this one is the most niche of the bunch. Because not only do you have to be really good at building your mutation stacks all the time, you also have to be playing missions where you can build mutations past 100, so very long missions, and for the most part you're probably gonna have to be solo as well, because good luck building 300 mutations in a public squad. But if you are one of those players, you can pick this augment up for 25,000 standing by either being the rank of General under the Steel Meridian or the rank of Partner under Parent Sequence, or you can buy it from other players using Platinum. Next on the menu we have Enraged for VALKYR. Now this is a Hysteria augment that increases its damage and critical chance by 200%, but it also makes it last 15 seconds, which is affected by power duration, and finally it also gives you a matching cooldown afterwards, so if you spend 10 seconds in Hysteria, you will get a 10-second cooldown. Now this is nuts, both when you build your talents for heavy attacks and light attacks. There's very little difference between the two, like as long as you have at least an okay build on your talents, you're gonna destroy everything. Now just like with the Nidus augment, I also don't think this one is universally good and you should use it every time. I think it fits players like me really well, basically people that mostly run Eternal War and only jump into Hysteria for either short bursts of big damage or just to heal up. So if you are one of those players, the augment is absolutely fantastic and you can pick it up by either being the rank of Partner under the Parent Sequence or the rank of Flawless under New Loka for 25,000 standing, or you can once again buy it from other players. The third augment we got is a Rubble Heap for Atlas. Now it says it's a passive augment, but it might as well be a landslide augment, because what it does is it makes it so that whenever you have above 1400 rubble, which is kind of like the rock armor you get with Atlas, landslide, your first ability, is free, does double damage, and travels twice as fast. Now the thing about this augment is that it feels absolutely terrible when you're just testing it in something like the simulacrum, and I actually wasn't so sure about it when I was testing it yesterday on stream, but it's a completely different story when you take it into an actual mission, so something like a survival, because if you do that, you can get up to 1400 rubble in less than 30 seconds. You just have to use Petrify before you landslide for the first, as I've said already, 30 seconds of the mission, and once you're there you can just keep zooming and booming thanks to the Path of Statues augment, which is a landslide augment that leaves behind a petrification trail when you landslide, which you're going to be doing a lot. And at that point, the augment might as well not have a downside anymore, because you have infinite landslides, you will sustain yourself via the Path of Statues augment and the occasional Petrify here and there, and you're just doing double damage, which is a lot of damage if you have a good stat stick. So if you want to pick this augment up, which I would highly recommend if you're doing a landslide build for Atlas, you can do so by either being the rank of General under the Steel Meridian or the rank of Exalted under the Red Veil, or just buy it from other players. And finally we have Revealing Spores for SARYN, which is a spore augment which marks enemies on the map if they've been infected by spores. Now I know this augment doesn't sound like a lot, but it fits into the Exile slot, which is fantastic, and it's actually really nice. The most important thing about this augment is that it has a different icon to enemy radar, and it will override enemy radar. You can see that the icon is green. So you can use it to track how and where your spores are spreading, even if you have something like Primed Animal Instinct on your companion. It's actually even better if you do have Primed Animal Instinct, because you can see all the enemies and then you can see the enemies that are infected. But it's not just that, this augment actually does way more than just show you where the infected enemies are, and it does it kind of indirectly. It basically removes the need for you to ever check the bottom right corner of the screen ever again. Because if you open up the big map, you can see whether or not there is a lot of enemies with spores, so you know if they're running out or not, and if you're hitting things and the green isn't spreading, your toxic lash probably ran out and you need to recast it. So even though this is an augment that I saw and I went, I hope this fits into the Exile slot because my god, that does not look good at all. It's an augment that I equipped and I'm probably never taking it off again because the quality of life on this thing is insane. So if you want to pick this augment up, you can do so by either being the rank of General under the Steel Meridian or the rank of Exalted under the Red Veil for 25,000 standing, or you can once again buy it from other players. And that is pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you have enjoyed it and I will see you some other time. Bye bye.